It's back from the transmission shop. Only there's an issue. Get you down here. If you can see the oil dripping off the sway bar link where the exhaust is broken. Got coolant leaking out over here. And someone almost took out 2 cars when they dropped it off. Let's see if I can get this open. Yep. Excuse me. That spring is now broken. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is transmission guy blew up the turbocharger. The short version is all the oil that goes in here, I assume, hit the hot part. Completely blacked out neighborhood, smoke, and then started pissing oil out the tailpipe onto the ground when it cooled off. So now I need a new turbocharger. Let's see how much did it lose? Oh boy! We lost, let's see if I can see the mark. It was up in here somewhere when it left. So we lost what, a gallon? So now I've got a frog in my throat today. So now I've got to pay to have the turbocharger replaced. It just never ends. But the headlights look good. So there's that. And it only took 10 hours to get it towed home. I don't even dare start it. Well, it's only money, right? Only money. Okay, somebody said that location where it was dripping could be brakes. Which I thought it was, yeah, it's wet right there. So it's coming off of this, but it was tipped up. So maybe I can't see very well with the eyes, but the camera's getting it, I guess. Take a look in a minute. But I figured I'd come up, take a look, and I'm gonna go with the assumption that this is the front reservoir, and it is empty. Oh, and if you don't know the story, when I bought this back, the story was that the transmission was the one that was in it when I had it before, And they put this one in the back as a replacement. And I sent that over as spare parts, and they opted not to even look at it. So the story on the transmission that's in it now, wait for this truck to go by. Alright, so what I was told by the transmission rebuild people, and then here comes another truck. It is never, ever quiet here. Okay, I assumed that it was the 94 transmission that was in this truck. The same one that came new with. The transmission guys pulled it out and said, oh no, that's a 96 transmission. Somebody tried to rebuild it and didn't bother to use any wrenches when they put it back in. Every bolt on it was finger tight or loose. And they apparently had the bright idea of using water instead of transmission fluid. When I got it running, I put some transmission fluid in it because it wasn't on the stick. There was nothing on the stick. And I put in, I think I put 2 quarts in it, just enough to turn it around so that I could get the tow truck driver to come and pick it up without all the drama that we had like last night. So they take it out, they drained I think he said it was a gallon of water with transmission fluid in it. He said it looked like Nestle's Quick. So I don't know who the genius was that thought water was a good idea to fill your transmission with instead of transmission fluid. But yeah, it ruined everything in it. All the drums, all the packs, the solenoid packs, everything got replaced. From what I'm told. Of course, I'm not under there. I wasn't there when they did it, so I just have their word. And then on the test drive, he went down the street, ran fine, went down the street, shifted hard, shifted late, and he seemed to think that that was because the bank's trans command wasn't hooked up. Whoever put the transmission in had unplugged it and tied the wires up and wasn't being used. They put another one in the cab, a stupid little resistor switch thing. So he's driving it down the street, it's running great, turns around to go back, turns around, it's going great. All of a sudden it loses power, and god damn these freaking trucks, this traffic. All of a sudden it loses power, and he blacked out the sun with a cloud of oil smoke that covered the entire neighborhood. Kept smoking until he turned into his driveway, and I think I showed that clip already of the oil on the ground in front of the transmission shop when I went up there to pay for it. All right, well that solves the mystery. Gives me a little bit of relief, but it also gives me another project to deal with that I don't want to, before I can send it out to get that replaced. And I'm sure he's going to want to test drive it. You gotta have brakes for that. But whoever was on Facebook in the Ford IDI group, good call. I probably would have found it eventually, but it would have been a while. So thanks for that. This is just non-stop with this non-stop drama. And this last night, oh my god. You're crooked and you're gonna hit in the Jeep. Blah 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 blah. Let it off. Well, you can see I missed it by, that's less than a foot. hopefully my next video is going to have some good news in it. I think what I'm going to do is change the oil on account of it's missing about a gallon or more. I think I'll change the oil before I send this off for the turbo. Change the oil, fix the brake. Now, I'm not done yet. I'm not giving up, so stay tuned.